Gonna practice it every day. Every day. Now, today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do? Can I do now? To be a radiant child of God and let my love shine through. I'll let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. I'm gonna share my love, share my joy, give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious, my path's forgiveness, my religion is kindness. Go to practice it every day. It's time to go every day. Oh, it matches my roses. Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Then Jack fell down and broke his crown. Jill came running after. She said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind. And I know I'll be fine. Religion is kindness, my church is nature, my God is this feeling, lives so deep inside. I'm to be conscious, forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go to practice it every day. My religion is kindness. And my church is nature. And my God is this feeling, lives so deep inside. My job is to be conscious, and the job of path forgiveness. My religion is kindness. Go to practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness. Go to practice it every day. My religion is kindness, and I'm going to practice it. Will you practice it with me? Oh, we got to practice it every single solitary day. Thank you.
Oh, she's fantastic. Practice kindness every day. You know, sometimes I don't listen to the words of songs, I just, like that. But I actually listened to the words today, and boy, is it an important time to practice kindness. It's going to be a challenge for many of us, but right now is a great time to practice kindness. And I'm a member of the board and of the speakers committee, and when we were like, oh, we thought she'd be here in person, I want to tell you that we have a lineup, and we have had a lineup of the most incredible people, famous people, wonderful people, people that live all over, the planet, and we're able to bring people to us in unity. Now and again, we don't do it every week, but we are able to, get them to come for not that much money. And so let's affirm that maybe one day we'll be able to get these people to come in person. So anyway, we love Karen Drucker. She's the author of many of our Unity songs. We've been singing her songs for decades. And I want to thank Holly for bringing all these incredible musicians to us. Isn't she great? Yeah, that Holly. What would we do without Holly? She comes religiously every week. So let me tell you a little bit more about Karen Drucker. She's been a singing mermaid, a singing casket, and was literally elevator music when she was hired to sing and play piano in a moving elevator. She was the music director for 3 New Thought churches and was honored with an honorary doctorate of music for her work with the Centers for Spiritual Living Community, and a Grace Note Award for her work within the Unity Movement. She has recorded 20 CDs of her original inspirational music, and her book, Let Go of the Shore, we know that song, has been a bestseller. She loves making music, making a difference, and touching hearts. Let's welcome Karen.
My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Did you like my little applause button? You know, you got to do what you got to do. So my religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. This is what I want to talk to you about today, is that it's a choice. That being kind is a choice. It's a choice we make when we think about ourselves and when we think about other people. I love this. The Dalai Lama said, "This is my religion. There is no need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own hearts are the temple." You know, in this time that we have gone through this wacky pandemic, it's been really interesting to see how people have been with each other, how there have been so many stories of kindness happening in the world. And I love reading these stories. I love having my heart be opened and uplifted. And especially, during this time when people were isolated, there was just so much stuff going on that when you heard about kindness, when you heard about people being sweet to each other, it just helped. And so I was reading different stories, and I want to bring this to you today because I think that we all just need to be reminded. Everything I'm going to say to you today, you know this stuff, you've heard it, but I want to just remind you of being gentle with yourself, remind you of being kind. And so I read this story about this little girl in Belgium, and she's, I think, 6 years old. No, I think she was 4 years old. That's right, she's 4 years old. And she heard about all the different people in her little small town that were alone, like that they couldn't go out and see people, that they were just isolated. And she felt like this was her mission, that she was going to make every day, make a letter or a little drawing or something and deliver it to each of these people on her block and make it like she was like the postman coming to give them good news. And she did this every day. This was like her job. And one day she complained to her mother saying, "Well, I feel like I'm a postman and I should be, wearing the proper attire to deliver all my gifts to people, all my letters." So her mother called the local post office and explained the situation and said, "Is there anything, do you have a bag or something I can give my daughter so that she'd feel official?" Well, I love this. They got together and made this custom outfit for her. This is Luna delivering her mail to people. Is this adorable? She said that what her mission is that she gets to play on the playground until it's time to go to work, and then she goes to bed very satisfied every night. So that's Luna delivering her mail. I love that. And that's sweet. And here's another. I read this story and I just loved this. That there was this race with a Kenyan runner named Abel, I guess, and he was a few meters from the finish line. But he got confused with the signs and he stopped. This was like a marathon, and he stopped at the end. He was like he didn't understand what was happening. Thinking he had finished the race, he just stopped. But a Spanish man named Ivan was right behind him, and realizing what was going on, he started shouting to the Kenyan man to keep running. So the Kenyan man didn't understand Spanish. He didn't understand what was going on. So realizing what was going on, the Spanish man pushed the Kenyan man to victory. He just pushed him across the finish line. And the poor guy's going, "What's going on?" He just made him run a little bit further and pushed him. The reporter came up to the Spanish man and he said, "Why did you do this?" And he replied, "My dream is that one day we have this sort of community life where we push ourselves, but also others to win." But the reporter insisted. He said, "But why did you let the Kenyan man win?" And Ivan responded saying, "I didn't let him win. He was going to win. The race was his." The reporter kept insisting, and he said again, "But you could have won." And Ivan looked at him and said, "But what would it have meant to my victory? What merit would be my victory? What would be the honor of this medal? What would my mother think of it? In my heart, I did the right thing." I mean, is that just kind? Is that just thinking of your fellow human being or what? And I had another situation that was closer to my heart where I was at a grocery store and I saw a fellow musician friend of mine, and he was out in the parking lot and he was getting all the carts. And I went up to him and I said, what are you doing? And he said, well, with the pandemic, I lost all my gigs, which I did too. I mean, everything just went up in smoke all last year. And he said, I need to support my family. So I took this job. And at the beginning, he said, I was just so embarrassed because here I am, this musician. I've been touring, and now I'm just the only job I could get right now, in an instant, was in this grocery store picking up all the carts and disinfecting them and giving them to people. And he said that he had a breakthrough. That he said one day he was doing his carts and he was feeling really sorry for himself and just really bad. And this woman came over to him and he gave her the cart, and he just, for that moment, just said, how are you doing today? In this really sincere way. And this woman kind of went, I'm fine. Wow, you're the first person who's like talked to me and asked me. And she said, I live alone. The only time I come out of my house is once a week to get my groceries. And the fact that you would take the time and really sincerely ask me just makes my day. Thank you so much. And in that moment, he had what I always think is so amazing about life, that you can have enlightenment or transformation like that in an instant. It can just be like, boom. And he said in that moment, he got that this job was so much more than picking up the carts, that this job, that he could be a bridge to connect with people every day. And he said, I realized that that's what my music was always about. I just wanted to connect with people through music. Well, now I'm connecting with people through the cart. I'm giving them a cart, and I'm saying I care about you. And that's what my talk is today. It's taking the time to care about each other. It's interesting because sometimes I wonder about, have I told this story before? Or have I done a similar talk in another church or whatever? And I got for myself that I want to talk about this all the time. I want to talk about love and connection and caring. Because to me, it feels like in this world right now, that's what we need the most of. What the world needs now is love and connection and caring and kindness, sweet love. I mean, it just feels like we just need that so much. And if we can just take the time to remember. I mean, I want to show you another story. This is great. I read this story about this woman who had parked her car at an airport, and she had been in a hurry, and all of a sudden she realized, like, when she was up in the air, did I roll my windows all the way up? And so she had to let it go because she was now on her trip. But when she came back, she was going, oh God, I wonder if I left and it had been raining. And someone, if you could believe this, someone had taken all of this paper and put it all over her windshield, or the window. And it said, your window was down and rain was coming. I did my best to help you out. Love, the green truck next to you. So he had somehow found, some kind of newspaper or whatever, and taped it all over her window. So when she came back, this is what she saw. And she said after this long trip that she had, she burst into tears that someone would care that much to tape up her window. So one of the points I'm going to make today is that kindness does not have to be a big deal. Kindness can be so small and sweet, but it's consciousness. It's consciousness of seeing people and being aware that they're there. And it starts with us. It starts with being kind to ourselves. So one of the spiritual practices I do every day is I put my hand over my heart and I say, what does my heart have to say? What does my heart have to say? What do you need, little one? And I take that time to just just, think about myself first. And maybe I might even have to do this. Are you okay today? Is everything all right? I know you were upset yesterday. So one of the songs that I sing at all my retreats that everybody just needs to hear, including me, is I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I mean, that's what it's about. It's being gentle with ourselves. It's being kind with ourselves. It's starting our day, checking in with our hearts to see what we need. Because when our hearts are full, when we first fill up our gas tank, our spiritual gas tank, our love gas tank with ourselves, that's how we can give love to other people. So it starts with ourselves. And I've done an exercise in my retreats before called Drop and Give Me 20. And what this means is every time you say something that's negative about yourself, that you have to drop into your heart and say something positive. So if you say, oh, I'm just, I'm so stupid, I just don't ever get this right, you have to drop in your heart and say, no, the truth about me is I do know how to do things. And I am smart. And I love myself the way I am. Whatever it is that you need to say to yourself. But one of the stories I want to share with you today that was really impactful for me was in the consciousness of loving yourself, I met a woman years ago that really dramatically changed how I looked at myself. And I heard this story about her. I met her later on, but I heard the story about her, and it really touched me. That this was a woman that was a nurse in Kansas, and she had polio as a child and just didn't like her body. She was overweight. It didn't work right for her. She had all this judgment. But what happened for her was that she was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. And she knew what was going to happen because she was a nurse and she had seen this before. And she made a promise to herself where she said, before I die, I'm going to make sure I love myself. I'm not going to go to my deathbed hating my body like I always have. So she started to do this exercise every day where she would go in front of the mirror naked and have to say what she liked about her body. So at the beginning of this exercise, she couldn't do any of it. She hated everything. She couldn't see it, but she made herself do this every day, morning and night. And eventually she got to a point where she was in a wheelchair and she's rolling herself in front of the mirror. And eventually, after doing this for quite a while, she started to just slowly turn her consciousness to love. And she started to say, well, I like my hair. Or people have always said I had nice eyes. Or look at the miracle that my hands still work. And in doing this exercise, she created a miracle for herself in that she cured herself of ALS. And there's only a handful of people who have done this, but she did it with gratitude. And she was so taken by this whole experiment that she actually quit her nursing job and became a minister. And with the message of, this is my message of loving yourself. And her name is Evie McDonald, and so you can look her up. But I met her at a certain point. I was at a conference, and I had written a song about this, and I was there to sing the song for her. But I just think, when I start beating up on myself, I just think, oh, come on, look at that kind of love. And that's what we need to start with, because when we can be present to ourselves, we can be present to others. And again, it's in the smallest ways. I have a friend who is a hairdresser, and I was getting my hair done, and I was sitting there waiting for her to start with me, and I was listening to her talk to the woman next to me, and she was just finishing up with her. And this was an elderly woman that, she was coming in to get coiffed, and she started to tell my friend all about what was going on for her, that her husband had cancer and that, with the pandemic and she can't go out and she was just feeling so isolated and alone. And my friend Anne kept saying, tell me more. Really, tell me more. And as she was doing her hair, I was watching this situation going, she's giving her the greatest gift of just simply being, just simply listening, just listening to her. And at the end, when the woman walked out, I said to Anne, what a gift. And she said, this is what I feel like my mission is. Yes, I'm doing hair, but I'm really there to hold the space for them to talk and to just be real and to say whatever it is that they need to say. I just think it's also in this time that we're living in, that any kind of contact we can have with people, that just reaching out. I mean, when you go to Starbucks and the barista is there, and to be able to say, when they give me my soy latte, that I say thank you. It's like I see you. And very oftentimes, if no one's behind me, I'll say to that person, well, tell me about yourself. What do you want to do with your life? And a lot of times they'll go, oh, you're talking to me? Like, you want to know something? And I just think it's so interesting that we don't take the time. But when we do take the time, people just like they open up like a rose. Have you ever had that on the phone when you get a customer call person and you say, how are you today? And they go, oh, fine, thanks for asking. Like, how many people did they even ask them that? I love this. This hit me. You never really know the true impact you have on those around you. You never know how much someone needed that smile you gave them. You never know how much your kindness turns someone's entire life around. You never know how much someone needed that long hug or that deep talk. So don't wait to be kind. Don't wait for someone else to be kind first. Don't wait for a better circumstance or for someone to change. Just be kind, because you never know how much someone might need it. So my favorite story, that sometimes I wonder if I've repeated this story in certain churches, but I think same thing as what I said before. It's my favorite story because it's so true. And but you know what, before I get to that, I have to tell you, again, the smallest things. Do you know, I just found out from this church that there is a woman who calls 30 people every morning and sings my songs to them on their phone machines, because this is her mission, that she thinks that being kind is starting everyone's day with, thank you for this day, Cindy, thank you for this day. So she literally will call, and people just said to me, they said, you just know that you don't answer your phone in the morning because it's Margaret, calling you up and singing to you. I mean, little things, but everyone says that it makes their day to get that phone call with her singing a song to you. Is that the sweetest? Anyway, to go back to my favorite story. So this is about vulnerability, true vulnerability. And I truly think sometimes that being kind, we need to open up our hearts enough to know that when we put ourselves out in a way of being kind, sometimes it's accepted, sometimes it's not, sometimes someone might not get it, but when they do, what an impact you can make. And for me, it's that choice. It comes down to a choice again of, do I want to be vulnerable and put myself out here when it might not be received? But that's what I want to make the choice in my life to do, is to do that. So this story really says that. And there was a man who was having lunch, and he noticed in the next booth next to him was this elderly woman who was just like that other woman I just talked about. She was all coiffed. She had a little carnation, and she was in a pretty blue suit. And he just noticed her when she was sitting there, and he was about to get up and say something to her. He just had this inclination, he wanted to say something. But pretty soon her family came in. And just as he was getting up, it was like, oh, he felt like this is inappropriate, because all of a sudden the grandchildren came in, and the whole table was filled. So he had his lunch, and he started to get up to leave. And as he passed the table, he just had this urge. He just had this little, I called it the shoulder tap. He just had a little shoulder tap. that he was supposed to go back and say something. And he felt really uncomfortable to do this, but he just said, oh, okay, make a choice. So he came back to the table, came down closer to the woman, bent down a little bit and said, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt your lunch here. But he said, I just have to tell you, you look really beautiful today. And that color that you're wearing just brings out your eyes. And I just wanted to just wish you a happy day and just say that to you. So, thanks so much. And he started to walk away. And in that moment, the woman said, no, please come back. Please come back. And he was now feeling kind of embarrassed. But she said, no, I know you. And he said, no, we've never met before. I don't know you. And she said, yes, I do know you. She said, what you just said to me is exactly what my husband would have said. And today we are celebrating that my husband passed 1 year ago. And on this date, we're celebrating that I've made it for a year on my own. And what you said is exactly what he would have said to me. So in that moment, the man thanked her. They thanked each other. And he walked away. And in this story, he said his heart was just open. And he realized he just always wanted to make the choice to go with what his instinct was telling him. To go with what Spirit is saying, go back. Go back. And so we all have choices every day of how we want to be. Do we want to be kind? Do we want to get caught up in all the news that is happening and all the fear? Or do we want to make that choice to hold on to the love, to hold on to that place where we all are connected and that we are one? And so another reading I found, I look around and I see so much fear. People getting more and more comfortable with their hate, more at ease being mean, more united in their separation. And I think, no, not me. I will not get lost in this fearful world. I will not play with bullies. I will continue to be brave and kind, and I will speak for real unity. And no matter what, I will never stop loving. So with that, a song I wrote many, many years ago that seems so appropriate right now. Hold on to love. Hold on to the truth. Look for the good and then praise it. Dance in the light. Turn away from the dark. And hold on. I'll hold on to love. That's my choice. Hold on to love. With all the pain and devastation around us every day, it's so easy to give up and close down. How do I keep my heart open and alive when a part of me is scared to reach out my hand? But I don't want to wake up and face each day with fear, no. I want to live my life with a purpose that is clear. So I'm gonna hold on to love, hold on to the truth, look for the good and then praise it. I'll dance in the light, turn away from the dark and hold on to love, hold on to love. Now every day I have a choice in how I want to live, and I refuse to let all the bad news affect me. I'm gonna take the time to look a stranger in the eye. I'm gonna smile at someone before they pass me by. 'Cause it's the little things that can make us feel connected. It's the little things that let us know we are one. So I'm gonna hold on to love, hold on to truth, look for the good, and then praise it. I'll dance in the light, turn away from the dark, and hold on to love. Gonna hold on to love. I gotta keep believing that people are good. I gotta keep believing that we're here for each other. I gotta keep believing there is a higher plan, and that God's in charge. We just need to give the most love that we can. We've got to hold on to love, hold on to truth. Gotta look for the good and then praise it. Dance in the light, turn away from the dark, and then hold on to love. Hold on to love. So this week, I want to give you homework. And your homework is, if I were kind to myself, I would what? If I was kind to myself, I would what? If I was kind to another person, I would what? And if I were to do one act that was kind to the world, what would it be? So let's hold on to love. Hold on to kindness. Hold on to each other. Hold on to love. Just be kind. Thanks for listening. So for your meditation song this morning, we're going to do it a little differently today. We're going to sing the meditation song. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. It goes like this. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. That's the whole thing. Sing with me once. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So it starts with you. So put your hand over your heart and direct that loving kindness just to your heart. Because if you don't love yourself, it's impossible to love other people. We all know this. But this is a great exercise to just take that time to give yourself that love and say, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So take a deep breath. Now think about someone you love. Think about someone you're grateful for. And from your heart, just see them in your mind's eye and sing to them. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well, peaceful. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Just take a deep breath. Thank them for who they are in your life. Now think about someone in your life you have a little bit of an issue with. Someone that you might just have a little bit of a conflict. And to the extent that you can open your heart and just open it a little bit, just say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. So take a deep breath. And now think about the world. You could start in your own community with your church and then go out to the larger community and then send that love to someplace else in the world. But just imagine from your heart it going out to all of us as we say, may we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Let's take a deep breath. Let's just sit with that for just a few moments and just in silence. What that's like to fill the world with love. So you've wrapped the world in your love. Now let's go back to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. And may I be happy. And let's affirm and say, I am happy. So it is. So this is a very special song to me. This was written with someone who goes to your wonderful church, Ms. Pam Grout. Amazingly awesome, Pam Grout. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Don't know what it is yet. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. You ready? Ready to dance a little bit? You believe that? Something amazingly awesome. Here we go. All right, sing with me now. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Yeah. Well, I sing my little mantra. I'm gonna get it in my head. 'Cause today is a party. I'm gonna leap on out of bed. And I start my day in this way, knowing everything is okay. I look for the good in everything, makes me wanna say, oh, sing with me now. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Yeah. Now it's not out in the future, it's right before my eyes. The beauty, joy, and wonder, well, it's time I realize that every moment is a gift. Well, all it takes is the slightest shift to see the good in everything. Makes you wanna say, oh, 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 something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. It's time to blow, I think. Don't you normally have kazoos on a Sunday morning? But what if I don't really see it? Gratitude, gratitude. How can I be open to it? Gratitude, gratitude. I believe in the power of what I say will be. And I finally learned the lesson that gratitude is the key. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, let's embody these words. Really feel it. Just imagine your day that something awesome is going to happen. You say, amazing, amazing. It's all amazing. Amazing, amazing. Just do, it's all amazing. Amazing, amazing. It's all amazing. Amazing, amazing. It's so amazing. Amazingly awesome gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome happen to me today. Something amazingly awesome is gonna happen to me today, and you too. Amazingly awesome is gonna happen. You don't know what it's gonna be yet. You just have to be open and allow it. You never know. You could write a song with paint grout. 'Cause it's just amazing, amazing. It's so amazing, amazing, amazing. It's so amazing, but you gotta believe, you gotta see it, you gotta know it, you gotta claim it. Amazing, amazing. Something amazing is gonna happen to you and to me today. Okay, it's time to get up. Start dancing. Here you go. You ready? Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. That's the whole thing. Sing. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for. I'm very demanding. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Healing, this healing, this healing, healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Sing it again. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this healing, this healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing. Thank you for my friend. for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful. Sing that again. You got more friends to thank. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my wonderful, wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Oh, my health, sorry. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you my for radiance, my radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant. All right, now let's thank our life. Here we go. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Now this is a glorious, for my life, glorious life. For my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you my for my opulence. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this healing, this healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. I said now thank you for this day, Spirit. Oh, thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. I want to thank you. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Every day I say thank you for this day.
Is there any more, Avery? Okay. Oh my goodness, that was just so fabulous. That was just so fabulous. Oh, yeah, something amazing already happened. It'd be nice if, we could have that more often. And I think we can, since I'm on the speakers committee, I think we can invite her back. My heart is just, ugh. Am I supposed to turn these on? I got so into it. Oh, all right. Well, pretty perfect. This is a time of thanks and offering. As our ushers come forward for our time of thanks, I invite you to join me as we hold our gifts to this community in our hands, love in our hearts. And let's affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is. If you would like to use a debit or credit card, please stop by the office, or you can give online via PayPal. That's what I do. It's pretty easy, and we thank you. Your offering helps bring Karen Drucker back, or others who are just as good. As the love offering is collected, let's join Holly in singing the praising prayer.
I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I raise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. My neighbor, I raise my neighbor, I raise my neighbor in the name of love. I raise my neighbor, I raise my neighbor in the name of love. I'm going to praise the children. I raise the children, I raise the children in the name of love. I raise the children, I raise the children in the name of love. And the world. I raise the world, I raise the world in the name of love. I raise the world, I raise the world in the name of love.
As our ushers come forward, here's our prayer of thanks. Grateful, grateful, grateful. We bless the flow of good that supports our Unity community. We bless the givers who give their time, talent, and treasure. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth only to return again and again. And so it is. Amen. And now for a few really important, interesting, exciting opportunities. First of all, I want to really welcome any guests that we have here for the first time. I see that we have some. I'm so grateful for that. If you would like more information about Unity and our movement, pick up a welcome packet in the lobby. Today, our lunch bunch, we do it every Sunday, is meeting at King Buffet at 1601 West 23rd Street. I will be there, and I hope that you will too. They have a lot of open seating, big place, so you can feel safer. We have 2021 Advent books available in the lobby. Pick up your free copy today. And send your warmth to the Haskell students. The Light Center and Unity of Lawrence are collecting hats, coats, gloves, socks, and sweaters, and they're beautiful back there, to donate to Haskell students. The collection box is at the back of the sanctuary. Drop off your donations by today. For any questions, please contact the Light Center. And their email address is info@lightcenter.info. And from Robin Goff, this is going to be an exciting opportunity. I'm going to be there. There are handouts in the lobby. It's called Recalculating Together. It seems more and more that the only way to respond to all that you see happening on this planet is to act right where you live, with those around you who also seek real lifestyle change. It will take groups working together collectively to create new operating systems that can work better for all the Earth's inhabitants. Please bring your brilliant mind and open heart on November 20th. And what day is that? Is that a? That's a Saturday. November 20th from 1 to 4, right here, as we recalculate together. Everyone is welcome. Masks are required. It's going to be a great, interesting brainstorming, visioning session. And it's that time of year again, the UOL Board Nomination Month. If you have been an active member of Unity of Lawrence, please consider submitting an application to be part of the Board of Directors on or before December 1. If you have any questions, see Kathy Pryor. Where'd she go? She left. Kathy Pryor or Kathy Moreland, our two Kathys. We are looking for 3 or 4 people to complete the 2022 board. You can pick a term of 1 or 3 years. Listen to Spirit and follow your divine calling of sacred service to your Unity community. Applications available in the lobby now. And we'd like to invite Janet Morgenstern to talk about her experience on the board.
Hello, everyone. I'm Janet Morgenstern, and I have been a member of Unity of Lawrence for 3 years. I've been on the board for 2, and I just have to say I love it here. The message that we heard today is part of the reason why I love it so much. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. That really speaks to me, and I find that every Sunday when I come, I take away something that helps me through the week. So I wanted to speak with you about 3 reasons that I love serving on the board. So, and I wrote a few things down so I wouldn't forget. Number 1, it helps Unity of Lawrence. We speak about giving of our time, our talent, and our treasure, and that's what we do on the board. We each give a little bit of our time, a little bit of our treasure, and a little bit of our talent, and it adds up to a lot. It adds up to Unity of Lawrence. Another reason that I serve is because it helps others. I know that other people depend on Unity of Lawrence, and other people come to get these powerful messages that help us through these trying times. And the last reason I serve is because it helps me. Unity of Lawrence means a lot to me. I love working with the board members. You know, I joined the board in January of 2020, and I was told when I signed up to be the secretary that it would be, quote, an easy gig. Then the pandemic happened in March of 2020, and you know, it was challenging, but I love a challenge. And we also had a lot of fun. And here we are today. So search your heart, and if you feel it in your heart that you would like to step forward, join us, because it helps Unity, it helps others, and it will probably help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. I'm also a member of the board, and I decided this is such a critical time for us as we're growing and visioning and having our spiritual home without a minister. I decided to extend my position on the board as long as you all vote for me. So just two more announcements. There's a weekly open meditation group meeting in the sanctuary on Tuesdays at 6:30. The sessions are open to all and are very beneficial for beginners and others. Masks are required. Phil Rogers right there. He's the one that leads it. And please join us next week for one of our very favorites, Jay Pryor, who is going to bring the message, Self-Compassion. The music will be by Catherine Lorenzen. And now it's time to sing in our youth.
And you are walking in the light, in the light, and the light. You are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
Good morning. We are here today to talk about kindness. Our affirmation today, guys, is what?
We are clothed in the kindness of the Spirit.
Did you hear him? No. Absolutely not. So we're going to have to do it again.
I am clothed in the kindness of the Spirit.
Okay. Now they don't want to stop. Okay. They're being too kind today. Our lesson today was basically on kindness. We talked about how it's really easy to be selfish. It's probably easy not to be so kind, but it's a challenge sometimes to be kind. But if we are wrapped in kindness all day long, it makes a big difference in our lives. Our exercise that we did today was wrapping each other up. Can you guys tell them what you wrapped each other up with? Toilet paper. So they looked like little mummies bouncing around down there, but we had fun, and in the midst of that, they were being very kind to one to another. There was laughter that came with it. There was all kinds of good things that came out of that exercise. So it helped us to understand that in the mornings when we get up and we get ready to be clothed, we are clothing ourselves in kindness. God expects us to be kind one to another. So one of the examples we had stated too was that we'd look kind of funny if we wrapped ourselves in our clothes in the mornings, went to school, and as soon as everybody saw us, we decided to undress. And the real us showed. Not a good thing for many, many reasons, but some people have that attitude that when they first meet you or greet you is the nicest, sweetest thing. But then after a while, a few minutes pass, they want to go into a different side. And the way we deal with that is, if it's us doing that, we need to pull away, take some deep breaths, do a little meditation, and then go forward from there. And generally it works. But we have to respect each other in private time, private space, and all that in order for that to work just as well. So we always need to remember that the way we want to be treated is the way we treat others. So if you want to be treated kindly, we need to be kind. So that was basically our lesson for today. So be ye kind one to the other.
Thank you. And now it's time to bless our youth. Rub your hands together and say with me, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. Now it's time for the youth to bless the congregation. Rub your hands together. We
Appreciate you and hold divinity in you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We do love our youth. Bring us some more. When we're grateful, we get more, so we will get more youth. Because our vision is celebrating a peaceful and abundant world for all, let us all join in and sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is swell. Let's have another awesome day today.